Hello everyone, it's Alina. Welcome to my Soap General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In Finn's office, Finn informed Elizabeth that he appreciated her support, but he suggested that it might be best if she wasn't involved when he spoke to Dr. Sawyer about Dennis Muldoon's case. Elizabeth thanked Finn for his concern, but she made it obvious that she had no intention of leaving. Moments later, Dr. Sawyer arrived. After introductions were made, Finn indicated that he wanted to discuss Muldoon's case, since he was being sued for negligence by the family, but Dr. Sawyer had reservations because doctor/patient privilege applied, even for dead patients. She offered to testify at a deposition or at trial, but she recommended Finn to have his attorney contact out to her. Dr. Sawyer started to depart, but Elizabeth pleaded with the doctor to hear her out. She reminded the doctor that Finn was a superb doctor who had invented the solution for Blackwood's condition, and he'd given the patent to the hospital to save General Hospital from financial catastrophe. Finn promised to keep everything off the record and in hypotheticals, so Dr. Sawyer sat back down. As they recounted Muldoon's original symptoms and the measures that Dr. Sawyer had taken to reach a diagnosis, it was revealed that Dr. Sawyer had conducted a cancer screening and sent Muldoon to an oncologist prior to him visiting Finn. After Dr. Sawyer left, Finn revealed that he'd been surprised by Elizabeth's effusive praise, but she assured him that he was much respected. Elizabeth was curious why Muldoon hadn't mentioned seeing an oncologist, and why the family hadn't said anything. Finn guessed that Muldoon's hadn't told his wife, but Elizabeth puzzled why he would hide it. Finn didn't have an answer, but he was eager to find down the oncologist. At the Collins apartment, Esme arrived to pick up Spencer. She grumbled about him not showing up for the hearing with Ace, but he assured her that they needed to talk. Esme argued that she had nothing to say to him, and she wanted her son. Spencer stated that Ace was asleep, and he swiftly turned topics to ask how she had ended up walking out of court. Esme reminded out that he would know if he'd fulfilled his word, causing Spencer to wonder if she had wanted Ace at court to score points with the judge. Offended, Esme told him that she had wished to have an opportunity to kiss her kid one last time in the case that she was sent to jail. However, Esme admitted that it would have been a wonderful bonus if seeing Ace had warmed up the judge. "Yeah, there she is," Spencer responded. He continued to watch her intently as she told him that she had pleaded guilty because her attorney had worked out a deal. When she went to collect Ace, Spencer told her that he had something to tell her. Esme assured him that Trina had already told her about the trip to Paris, and she implied that Ace wasn't a priority to Spencer. Esme was excited to take Ace home, but Spencer informed her that Ace would not be going home with her. "Not anymore," Spencer said. Confused, Esme reminded him that she was Ace's mother and that Spencer was Ace's brother. Spencer agreed, and he informed her that he loved Ace very much. "Then prove it. Don't go to Paris. Stay here with him," Esme urged. Spencer clarified that Ace couldn't go home with Esme since Ace was gone. "Gone where?" Esme inquired with worry. "With our father," Spencer said. Distraught, Esme accused Nicholas of stealing her son, and she pulled out her phone to call the police. Spencer quietly told Esme to put the phone away since he recognized that her old memories had returned. Esme tried to deny it, but she immediately recalled tripping up in the interrogation room when she had called him Spence. Spencer argued that Esme had nearly destroyed his life, but she suggested that he was being melodramatic. She continued to pretend that her memory hadn't returned. Spencer didn't believe her, and he reminded her of the horrific things that she had done at her father's direction. Spencer was certain that she was back to being a puppet for her insane father. "That is the Esme Prince that I'm talking to right now, isn't it?" Spencer asked. Esme was terrified when she suddenly learned that Spencer had surrendered Ace to Nicholas. Spencer was unapologetic because he believed that Ace would be better with Nicholas than with the daughter of Ryan Chamberlain. Esme promised to send both Spencer and Nicholas back to jail where they belonged, but Spencer cautioned Esme about going to the police since he wouldn't hesitate to divulge her secret and make certain that she was held responsibility for her crimes. Spencer inquired if she was willing to risk it. Rather than react, Esme rushed out. In the hospital's chapel, Carly lit a candle and sat down. Tracy objected because Ned had held up his half of the arrangement, but Michael made it obvious that he would fight for the proxy. Ned told his cousin that it would be on Michael's desk in the morning. However, Ned cautioned Michael not to perceive it as a victory. Michael was eager to remind Ned that the proxy had only been lent to him. Tracy was astonished when Ned disclosed that Michael had given him the proxy to protect Ned from revealing Nina. "I was protecting my family," Michael insisted. Ned confessed that Michael sounded like Edward Quartermain at his worst. To Ned's chagrin, Tracy encouraged Michael to disregard Ned because Ned only had a noble streak when he wanted to occupy the moral high ground. Tracy admitted that she was impressed, and she'd never been prouder of Michael as a Quartermain. She recognized that under Michael's mild-mannered baby face lurked the heart of a true Quartermain. Michael maintained that he'd surrendered his silence to Mina for the sake of Willow and the children since they were his priority above anyone and anything else. Just then, he heard a disturbance and turned. Drew and Carly stood in the doorway. After Tracy and Ned excused themselves and walked to the kitchen, Drew demanded to know why Michael had kept silent. Michael stressed that he'd done it for his family, not for Nina. Michael indicated that the damage had already been done to Drew, and that he'd been focused on keeping his family from being exposed to Nina's vindictiveness because she had no regard for people. Drew claimed that Michael should have let Drew and Carly know because it had been their choice to make. Michael stated that he had gone to Sunny, but he hadn't been able to damage Sunny's happiness. "So, you put Sunny's happiness ahead of our friendship?" Drew remarked. Drew reminded Michael that they were also family, but Michael admitted that he hadn't seen it that way. Drew was outraged because both he and Carly had trusted Michael, and Michael had deceived them. Drew turned to go, but Carly told Drew that she needed to speak to her son alone. After Drew went, Michael stared at his mother. "So, where do we go from here?" he inquired. In the kitchen, Tracy was upset that she hadn't been able to hear raised voices. Ned was miffed because Tracy had applauded Michael. He wondered whether she even cared that Michael had played fast and loose with her son. Tracy told Ned that she didn't care about Michael, but she was always pleased when a Quartermain acted like one. Tracy reminded out that the tension between Drew and Michael would buy Ned some time before Michael switched his attention back to ELQ, so Ned should be prepared. She said that Ned and Dylan were all that she cared about, but she realized that Dylan didn't have a brain for business. Tracy complimented Brooke Lynn's for possessing the Quartermain sense for business, but not the family's goals. Ned smiled when she added that Leo might not have Quartermain blood, but he was her grandchild, and she loves him. "You and yours, that's all I care about." Above all else, Tracy added. She repeated that with Drew and Michael at one another's throats, Ned's position was strengthened. Ned admitted that she was right. "So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.